Today we're trying London's highest rated steakhouse, and I've got a very special guest.
Welcome to Ebby.
Adam Richmond. You may know him from Man vs. Food, where he's taken on food challenges from across the USA and around the world.
Man one.
But today, we're switching things up. No challenges, just pure Basque steak perfection.
He has to stick his hand into Satan's anus to make this work.
Together, we're about to dive into what people say is the best steakhouse in London. And trust me, this is one meal you will not want to miss.
That is madness.
Let's eat! These guys have been crowned the best steakhouse in London, 11th best steakhouse in the world. Ebby is London's home to the Basque flavour. Meat master Richard Foster heads up a team of grilling geniuses, making sure everything is executed with precision and passion. Dry-aged Galician blonde beef is the choir, and live fire is the conductor. First stop for me and Adam though, the wine cellar.
Oh, hello. Sauce closet.
Welcome to my lair. I should point out the $2,000 bottle first, probably. It's this one. It's the Gevrey Chambertin Clos Saint-Jacques 2008 life-changing wine.
Really?
Pinot Noir, they call it the heartbreak grape because it has such a long hang time in the vine and it's really thin-skinned. So if anything goes wrong while it's ripening, the whole harvest is ruined.
So when I go to the toilet later, I know where to go and I know what to pinch. So does everyone else now. Now we're heading through the wine room into the meat room, the best room in the house.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, the funk. The funk. You could take every James Brown album, every Parliament album, and you still wouldn't come close to the funk.
70-day dry-aged Galician blonde ex-dairy cows. They really are the centre of what Ebby serves. They've spent years roaming the pastures, eating what they like. Surely that beef just has to be sensational. Then we've got the ox, the big daddy, twice the size of the dairy cow. It has this wonderful yellow fat cap.
This is the biggest one, and we're fortunate enough the #1 gold accreditation, and I've not seen one of those here yet. So this is one side, and that's the other side. Literally, and
It looks like a smart car.
It's
the size of a Fiat.
It's 90 kilos, 95 kilos.
The chef is literally taking this bull by the horns. It took a team of 3 chefs to get this beef back upstairs to butcher it just in time for our lunch.
Wow. That is so heavy.
It looks like it's come from some sort of dinosaur or something. That doesn't even look real.
Look, he's got a brace with his feet.
How would you get the meat so that it's so purple on the inside? Because normally it's quite red.
If you're an ox and you've spent 15 years of your life literally being in one field, just sleeping with every chiquito that comes along, and you're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, you become dense. So taking the rib cap off, and then this will be used for a special Galician blonde ox steak tartare. The fat will be used to make the French fries. The way I've been describing beef aging to people recently is if you imagine a pint of squash as cordial water, and then if you just slowly remove that water but keep the original squash, that squash is getting stronger and stronger like a syrup. Eventually the aging is going to you're left with that cordial at the end. And that is basically what we're doing. We're removing water to intensify the flavour of the beef.
And then texturally, it's like chunks of beef.
I mean, what's the biggest steak you've ever eaten?
Ooh, that's a great one. I mean, the one I did, the Big Texan Challenge, was 72-ounce steak.
If you finish their monstrous 72-ounce challenge in under 60 minutes, you get your picture on the wall, a mug, a t-shirt, and bragging rights. Yeehaw.
And apparently, this little old lady came in, did it, crushed it, had a slice of pie, put on her lipstick, and took off.
We've got a big surprise for you, Adam. We're about to eat 3 kilos of meat. That's a whole kilo heavier than the Man vs. Food challenge.
Rub the fat and put...
Yeah, it is.
It's delicious. I feel weird about myself too, having done that, but it is really good though.
Nothing to see here, just two men and their meat.
Two men handling their meat in public. Cheers.
After that mammoth butchery session, it was time to salt the meat and get it on that grill.
Chef, what kind of coal do you burn in that grill, the asador?
So we use 4 different types of charcoal. We have marabou, oak, apple, and then we use a compressed, which is a blend of all 3. Compressed, which gives like long life to the burn. So we put the compressed on. For,
What is marabou?
Marabou is it's a type of tree from like Spain, the Spanish region.
What's the advantage? Because obviously apple imparts flavor, oak, depending upon what you do, if you're using live or post.
Marabou creates like good smoke, good smoky flavors, and then the compressed is there for like the long life, and then we throw the other 3 on for the flavor.
Super hot?
Super hot, yeah. Do you want to come and see how hot it is?
Yeah, I with it. This is what London felt like 3 days ago. But more body odor though. You want me to do it?
Yeah. Put this
Right here in the center?
Yeah.
Holy Jesus! It's like a kettlebell. This is good because I can burn the calories. Ready? Just like this?
Yeah,
or should I go across with the
just
sear?
lay it down and then it won't flare up at you. And then take the towel away, yeah. Lovely.
Yeah, no, I just lost all the hairs on the back of my hand. Wow.
Yeah, look at that.
I feel like I've sinned and I'm in hell. Someone once said we live in a Guitar Hero culture. Everybody wants to play the solo, nobody wants to learn the chords. This is like really successful, sexy restaurant, 11th best steakhouse in the world. And you see this guy and he's out here working with this incredible product, a great wine. And then you come here and you realize he has to stick his hand into Satan's anus to like make this work. It is really something else. I mean, I'll tell you one thing. Black shirt was a bad idea.
Why do you think I always wear a white shirt?
Smart man.
Right, while those steaks cook, let's take our seats.
Cheers. Thank you.
No problem. What got you into foods?
My mom's a great cook. My dad, may rest in peace, even though he's a lawyer, great cook. My great aunts lived upstairs. I think in terms of cooking, I love the alchemy of it. My great aunt lived upstairs and she taught me how to make a cheese omelet when I was about 5 or 6. And I knew what an egg was, and I knew what a little American cheese single was, but to see them become something else, if you just did little things, and it also gave me agency as a little kid to make my own breakfast. And in terms of doing food TV, I'll be honest with you, bro. I was a struggling actor and I was working in a corporate job. Holy Jesus. So what do we have here, Chef?
So this is our signature starter, the croque brie. Basque Boudinois, Carabinero prawns, Osorati sheep's cheese, all from the Basque region, Cristal bread from the Catalonian region, and then it's finished with honey and Espelette chili pepper from the Basque region.
AKA the Spanish crack.
So croque monsieur, it comes from the word bite. So I think that it's very fitting that this is like the epic bite here. Whoa. Super savory and like earthy from the pudding, and then it gets real sweet with the prawn, and then it gets a little bit of spicy from the Espelette. For such a small bite to have that many dimensions, holy shamoly.
Utterly ridiculous.
By the way, you know what I love? The chef is doing what you do with your content, having fun.
So how did the man versus food thing all come about? Since when did you think, you know what, I can just go and eat like kilos of food as quickly and as fast as I can?
I auditioned. I've been working in kitchens since I was 13, so I knew food. Periodically, my commercial agents would send out these big mass emails saying, Discovery Channel looking for bilingual Spanish scuba diver. And they said, we need someone who knows food, knows regional food, likes to eat a lot, and has camera experience. So by then, I'm a master's from Yale Drama. I had been doing soap operas and little bit parts. I've been working in kitchens off and on since I was a teenager.
Yeah.
And in 1995, I started a food journal when I lived in Atlanta. And so I had a really good compendium of national food knowledge. So I told my poor agent at the time, Kristen Walther, I was like, Kristen, you've got to submit me, you've got to. She's like, dude, I get it, you're submitted. And it was like a 6-round process. And then the final screen test was the first challenge I had to do, which was a double Reuben at Katz's Deli. And I had gone the day before And I not only did a ton of research, like interviewed everybody, I bought a t-shirt and I took it home, I cut the neck out and I washed it like 5 or 6 times to make it look old.
Yeah.
And they made me do my opening read, and I just had a black hoodie on, and I said, I knew all these facts. I said, oh, and if you think I'm reading these off cue cards, or if I'm just genuinely a fan, and I unzipped my hoodie and I went, this is my shirt, big fan. But it was just the shirt I had bought the day before. Flash forward to the end of season 1, we were bought for 10 episodes, got picked up for 8 more. So after episode 18, one of the VPs said, I don't know if you know this, but Man vs. Food was initially intended for a different talent. Oh, we saw your screen test, we loved it, and then he goes, and when you opened that hoodie and we saw that you had your own Kansas t-shirt, I was like, about that t-shirt. But it was never really about the food, I'll be honest, Todd. It was like meeting folks, meeting you, meeting the chef, meeting the purveyors, seeing the country.
The king crab is my version of Spanish paella. It's a baked rice dish using bomba rice. We make a really amazing, rich like crab bisque with crab bodies, lobster heads, carabinero shells, king crab shells. Bake all that in the oven and then finish it with the grilled king crab, which we brush as we're glazing it with our homemade fermented chili oil.
And this is bomba rice?
Bomba rice.
All right, bomba clat.
Bomba clat.
The chef was sitting there waiting for it. Oh my God. You were talking about the crab body and using the tamale. So I was in Thailand. This place was voted best pad thai. They use shrimp brains.
We just had a mouthgasm shared in unity.
And now pronouncing Todd and Adam. Oh wow. Is this just the standard eating with Todd spread?
No, I've pulled out all the shots for this.
Thank you very much.
When Adam reaches out and says, where do we go for lunch? That's like the hardest question. The biggest food OG in the world asks you, where do we go for lunch? I'm like, where do I even start? Well, actually, it was very easy. There was only one place, and that's here, a bar. I don't think there's anything like a carbonara prawn. Because if you go anywhere in the world, you have a steak, you have fried chicken, you have whatever it might be, it can change every single time you eat it. A carbonara prawn is like, it says exactly what it says on the tin.
Absolutely.
Every single time. It's impossible to get a bad one. Cheers.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, it's so sweet. And that is distinctly Basque. Almost a coral type of flavor to it. And it's one of the few, I will have the tamale, have all the heads and the guts and the whatever. Big fan of it. Oh yeah. I used to think people were kind of full of it when they would talk about, there's a sweetness to this seafood. I'm like, it's seafood, man. It's not sweet. Cotton candy is sweet. Sorry, candy floss is sweet. But then you go, oh no, there's gradients of sweetness. Like when you were talking about the dry aging room. Yeah. There's funk, but you're right, it was almost a yeast-like sweetness in the air. Oh my God, I didn't expect it to be that big.
That's like a whole steak as a slice. How do you cook a steak that big so well?
Make it that tender in the center. I was afraid when I saw the color, it would feel like kind of icy raw.
Even though that you saw how yellow the fat is and how funky it kind of smells, it doesn't actually taste that funky.
Not remotely, no.
It almost tastes like a fillet in a normal restaurant. That looks like a beef marshmallow.
Yeah, that's a very accurate descriptor. Just enough char from 3 kinds of wood. He made all these amazing sauces. You need none of it.
Next up, we've got the New York strip. Cheers.
Cheers. Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow,
that flavour. It's almost parmesan.
It tastes like primordial steak. We went to the museum, they found a cow, just also having seen him break this down from the entire side of ox. That's the thing too, like to be fair, like retired dairy becoming a beef cow. In America, a lot of cattle are purpose built for one or the other. I'm just not accustomed to that color. Cheers. I'm gonna do this just because I know it will end up all on my shirt if I do it. You're the expert with that one. All right.
Oh my god.
That's excellent. It reminds me of like a traditional Caesar, like a real Caesar Cardini.
When you go and you try the funky dry aged stuff, something with this amount of like caliber of steak on the table, I'm
No
like
sauce.
no sauce. But here, it's the only place in the world I'll make an exception.
It's about showcasing good produce and getting out of the way and letting technique bring out the best of that produce. The salad's not heavily dressed, the tomatoes aren't.
Salad's not heavily eaten either.
The man makes a point. Come on, look at what we got on the table. Would you go, oh, that salad? My ass you would.
We've just finished main courses and we play a little game. First up, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Yes, actually.
Thick or smashed patty?
Smash burger.
English breakfast or American pancake stand?
English breakfast.
Oh, ding ding! Sunday roast or Thanksgiving dinner?
Thanksgiving dinner.
Pie and mash or a hot dog?
Hot dog.
Takeaway pizza, do you reheat it or do you eat it cold?
Both. Depends how down bad I am. Outwardly, if asked, I would say reheat, but if there's like two slices, at least one's going raw dog and then the other one's getting heated.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. Adam, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on. Please like, subscribe, comment. Who do you want to see in the next video? Oh, do I say something at the end of the video?
Usually you do. You say, if you can't take a date, take a mate.
Enjoy!